Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Plastic packaging has become one of the most pervasive environmental issues in recent decades. The menace it poses stems from its widespread use, environmental impact, and long-lasting nature. The menace of plastic packaging lies in its vast environmental footprint, persistence in nature, and the challenge of addressing it on a global scale. To mitigate the impacts of plastic packaging, we need to work on changing consumer behavior and developing alternative materials.
It is estimated that in the world per year, around 300 million tons of plastic is produced, out of which half is only used in packaging. Moreover, these plastics are single-use and discarded. Think about it. When you order food online or take away meals, it always comes with layers of plastic packaging. These plastic, though seems convenient, but its impact is devastating. The plastic packaging takes around 100 years to decompose, polluting the land and the oceans. This is when we knew that we had to act, and fast.
Traditional wisdom in dealing with waste is rooted in sustainable practices that have evolved over centuries, often emphasizing resourcefulness, community cooperation, and respect for the natural environment. Today, we may need to revisit or draw inspiration from these practices to address modern waste challenges.
During our childhood, we have seen our grandparents carefully compost kitchen waste, turning peels, scraps, and leftovers into fertile soil. It's a quiet act of sustainability, rooted in resourcefulness and respect towards nature. These lessons have always stuck with us. The idea that nothing in the world goes waste if we are willing to think creatively. Fast forwarding to today, we see mountains of tomato waste being discarded after food processing. It feels wrong. It's not waste, it is potential.
Mangaluru-based startup Theraxel Healthcare has worked on path-breaking innovation to create material for packaging that is not only environment-friendly but also goes a step ahead and converts waste into something useful. They have devised a mechanism to extract biopolymer from tomato waste that can be used as a coating on surfaces where plastics were being used till now.
And that's where Paco Tomato comes into action. The biopolymer coating can actually coat food delivery containers, wraps, bags, and any paper-based product. They are not only sustainable but also is safe for your food packaging. After hours of time spent in the lab, our team came up with a remarkable solution. We used aqueous-based eco-friendly processes to extract biopolymers from tomato waste and using it as coating. The coating we termed as Paco Tomato. The coating is versatile, safe, and effective. It is water and oil resistant and primarily made for food packaging. So this is a kind of biopolymer solution along with the stabilizers, which is used to coat paper-based products, making it water resistant for food delivery packaging. So here are a few examples of packaging which we regularly encounter in the food packages. So these are paper-based, bamboo-based, which can actually seep water and oil when the food is stored for a longer purpose. So we will demonstrate the application of our biopolymer coating Paco Tomato onto this paper-based packaging system. So let's start our demonstration process. So now we take the heated biopolymer coating solution and dip our brush into the coating solution and apply a very thin coat onto the paper packaging that needs resistance. you can see that the coating solution tends leaving a yellowish tinge on the coated material. We just mildly brush all the surfaces such that there are no gaps which can allow the water or the liquid to seep through. Once uniformly coated, we will pass this material of packaging into the oven at 120 degrees. So here you can see that this uniform layer of the coating is being applied. I'll do the same with the other two materials that we have. And we have to remember that the coating solution needs to be hot when this process is being carried out. So lightly brush on all these surfaces because this is a pre-packed packaging material and pre-molded variety. A single layer of the Paco tomato is also sufficient to give you the resistance up to about 60 plus minutes once the food is being stored in the vessel. So here we can clearly see a single coat which has been applied onto this paper-based packaging material as well as the packaging material made from bamboo. So this will be cured at 120 degrees for a maximum of 5 minutes. So once the coating is cured at 120 degrees, we can see a uniform layer which is formed on top of the applied surface. The layer is smooth, without blemishes, and cannot give you a feel of anything additionally applied onto the paper-based packaging material. So we will demonstrate the application of water onto this surface. So as you can see, when you add water, the droplets just roll off from the surface without wetting the paper beneath it. So another part which we are looking at is the bamboo material. And the last, another variety of paper coating. So this demonstrates the successful coating that we have achieved on top of a paper-based material. Our bio-based coating formulation is made such that once coated onto paper-based packaging would last for more than 75 minutes, giving resistance to water and oil for your deliveries to be successfully completed.
This new material was a result of creative thinking coupled with application of scientific knowledge. What began as an experiment in a small lab has now become a movement to establish new paradigms of waste utilization.
We strongly advocate that small changes can have a ripple effect. Imagine this: if every online food delivery company, a consumer, as well as the restaurants take a pledge to use sustainable packaging, imagine the impact it will have on our world altogether. With small deeds, we try to make the paper-based packaging one of its kind, where it is biodegradable and returns to the earth from where it came from.
Turning waste materials into useful products, as in this case the repurposing of tomato waste, can have significant positive impacts across environmental, social and economic spheres.
Every packaging that is coated with Paco tomato carries a story of converting tomato waste into something meaningful, a story of where we utilize the earth's resources to the fullest extent, and a story that we learned always as kids of sustainability.
Extracting biopolymers from tomato waste to make sustainable packaging coatings aligns perfectly with the growing global push for sustainability. It reduces food waste, decreases reliance on fossil fuel-based plastics, creates biodegradable and compostable alternatives, and promotes the circular economy.